I got involved with Club Penguin when I was running the toy business and had been pushing us to do toys that were based on games or interactive, had some games component. Webkins was really big at the time. And we made a play for Club Penguin. And I was one of the first people to go up to Kelowna, Canada after we bought it and just really hit it off with the CEO at the time, like Merrifield. He's still one of my best friends. I had dinner with him just the other week. So I see him, all the time still. And, I did the Club Penguin toy line to start. And, we did a lot of innovative things including putting codes on toys, which wasn't really being done a lot at that time. Webkins was sort of doing it, but we did it more at an economy level where, you would buy a toy and be able to unlock that costume in the game. And it was pretty innovative for the time. And we built a game called Cardjitsu that was very successful with Topps. That was a trading card game that for a period of time was outselling Pokemon at Toys R Us. Admittedly, at that time, Pokemon was kind of on a low ebb, and and we did.
Pokemon Go hadn't happened yet.
Pokemon Go hadn't happened yet, but we were outselling them for about 9 months, maybe a year. So we had a lot of success early on, and then from the toy side, the founders had made quite a bit of money and sort of some of them had started moving on, and Lane was sort of had the notion that he was taking on more stuff and, but eventually probably was going to leave Disney and do his own thing. And so he wanted to be able to pass his baby off to somebody that he trusted. And I guess he trusted me. So I wound up running Club Penguin. I actually ran it probably longer than the founders by about a year.
So sorry to interrupt, Chris. When was that? When did you take over then? What year?
I took over. I started getting involved with it on the development side in like 2011. So I think Club Penguin was created in like 2006, 2008. I think we bought it in 2008 or 2009, something like that. And then I got involved in 2011. And it lasted until I think Disney shut it down in like 2017 or something like that. And I had left. It's actually one of the reasons I left is because I refused to shut it down. We could get into all of that. I mean, I just think that for a lot of reasons that I could go into and probably write a book about, like, Disney was just extremely short-sighted about gaming and had made, I think, trusted the wrong people and invested a lot of money poorly and, kind of bet on even projects like Disney Infinity that, were cool, but didn't really have the depth that you would think that they would have. And they just massively overspent on it. And so it just seemed like everything that Disney did in gaming sort of went sideways at some point. And, our business, the business that I was running, got better and better, and we were able to do a big turnaround on it. But by the time that we did that, there just wasn't a lot of appetite for more gaming. And I think with Penguin, we could kind of talk about sort of why it was ultimately shut down. But a lot of it was just technology. It was, there was a lot of corporate stuff that killed it. And I think that was the biggest driver, just kind of like short-sighted corporate sooty people who didn't understand how special it was. And how unique it was, but also, just the phone, right? Changing everything. We never kind of we launched on mobile, but never recreated the success over there. Steve Jobs killing Flash, like sort of all of those things. And Club Penguin was built by, a bunch of like artists who could code, not engineers. So the tech was actually pretty broken, and it just got worse over time. And trying to run it and grow it and fix it and go to mobile and just all of that, and then a bunch of other corporate stuff just sort of collapsed from its own weight.